about that time. Mugen came to spit some facts on y'all niggas. Stop sleeping on Bleach. You already know.
Stop sleeping
Eric,
on
you might want to click off the video. You might want to click off the stream, Eric. You might want to click off.
It seems like for this core of Bleach, the hype has significantly died down in comparison to the last core, which you couldn't even escape from. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everyone seemed to be talking about it, and I can understand to a certain extent why the excitement was so heavy back in core 1. Bleach was finally back after what, 10 plus years of the anime ending quite abruptly, so it's fair that the hype was at its peak back then. But trust me when I say, this second core of Bleach is just as hype, and more people need to stop being blind to the fact. We're just about 7 episodes into a 12
You can come back in 9 minutes.
13 episode season, and we've already got episodes that rival some of the best Bleach has to offer. Renji finally caught his W after far too long, Rukia had one of the most beautiful moments in all of Bleach, and my GOAT, captain of the 11th division, Zaraki Kenpachi finally got his moment to shine. His moment where he showed the world he is still that guy in one of the most awaited fights in all of Bleach. But let's run it back a bit, because although for me the Kenpachi fight is what I was most looking forward to in this core, and something we most definitely will get into, we've got to go through what the other story has cooked up, because oh man, they really got back in this second division after getting brutally beat down by the Quincy's in the last season. Kisuke Urahara does yet another genius act for what, the millionth time to save the Soul Reapers, and figures out a way to make the Bankais the Quincy stole a poison to them. And with this, characters like Soifon and Toshiro got their Bankai and made short work of their enemies and had their moments of revenge. And alongside them, Komamura gets his face off with Bambietta, which for me at least is where the core started to pick up. Komamura isn't a personal favourite of mine within Bleach, but I must admit his conclusion right here was handled so nicely. The whole thing of him attaining a ridiculous amount of strength in exchange for his own life was an interesting spin on what we're used to, but also very fitting as the man who he's indebted to also laid his life on the line, the person who he's seeking out revenge for. And although we didn't get to see the revenge he was ultimately aiming for, his fight with Bambietta was insane to say the least. Dangai Joe, his new ability, not only increases your strength with the exchange of your heart, but also grants you temporary immortality. Komamura became a literal monster with his ability, and although Quincy's was crazy strong in the last season, their Volstandig, I'm 100% pronouncing that wrong, is their holy form and brings them up to that next level in terms of power. But that ain't phased Komamura for shit. He completely bodied her right here, and the fight wasn't even remotely close. And even after he defeats her and is barely hanging on, he somehow manages to do the coldest walk to where Yuha is, basically saying job's not finished. But unfortunately, he then bears the consequences of the power he attained and just fell short before he could face Yuha and get his revenge for Old Man Yama, turning into a fox and unable to move. A very bitter end to his journey for revenge, but his lieutenant becomes the biggest W comrade and picks him up, promising that Yuha is gonna get his ass beat and Yamamoto's sacrifice wasn't for nothing. I think bro's name is Tetsuzaemon if I can remember correctly, and I don't really remember much about his character if I'm being honest, but that was a really good moment.
He don't be doing shit, you're not forgetting nothing, bro. He be getting his ass beat, he be crying for his captain 24/7, he don't be doing shit.
Battle for Komamura, especially because of the links to his dynamic with Tosen, and also the CGI for this part was something I was worried about after watching the trailer, not gonna lie, but it was handled much better than I expected and looks somewhat decent. But after the Komamura fight, we get the 2v1 between the wrestler Quincy Mask and the two captains Kensei and Rose, I believe their names are. These two captains are pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. They had their moments, like Kensei's arrival was kinda tough and Rose's Bankai looked cool, but the way they got bodied was crazy. Mask barely put effort into defeating them, but when Renji made his surprise return, and despite his background of losing all the time, you could tell that it was reps for Mask.
Look at that fit, bro, hold on, look at that fit.
And despite his background of losing all the time, you could tell that it was
dripped out the kazoo.
Raps for Mask right here. Renji really became the villain to his hero, just like he said, and no-diffed him with his newfound power. I'm not usually one to hate on Renji like some others in the community, and quite frankly, I like this character from pretty much the beginning when he pulled up to Ichigo with Byakuya. But even my Renji haters out there gotta admit he was cold as fuck in this fight. Mask was in his holy form and just got done smacking up two captains effortlessly, but Renji decided to become him for a second, blocking all of Mask's attacks without a scratch and incinerated him with his new and improved Bankai. I've never seen Renji win a fight this quickly, and I'm so glad Kuba gave him some time to shine. The fight was really cool, but the biggest surprise was honestly the drip Renji had on. Him and Rukia had these cloaks on with some goggles that looked so fire, and I know Bleach is pretty widely regarded as one of the best to ever do it with fashion for characters, but the drip in Thousand Year Blood War is just next level, and even with Ichigo's reintroduction, Kubo did not have to make bro look this cold. But talking about cold, Rukia really snapped in her fight against Asuna as well. Just like Komamura, she had to get back for what he did to
bro, when I tell you this, bro, that when she was counting down the degrees, that shit was so fucking cold, bro. Like, niggas cannot tell me that shit wasn't cold. That shit was so fucking... I hope he shows it. Show her, bro.
To her brother. And I went back and rewatched Byakuya's defeat again, and man, it's probably the most gruesome defeat in Core 1. I know Yama literally died, but Byakuya all bloodied up with his stomach carved open was just rough. But Rukia really did her thing for him in this fight. Fear cannot be ineffective as long as the person is alive, and Rukia's counter to this is literally dying due to the nature of her Zanpakuto and reaching temperatures that temporarily kill her own body. She's cold in every sense of the word, and Rukia for a brief moment was easily getting the...
bro, he's not showing it, bro. He's not showing it, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm showing it, bro. I'm showing it. Bro, like, if you don't... Bro, anybody who's watching this, they clearly know, bro. But, like, you cannot tell me... Like, you cannot... Bro, what is my typing skills? God damn, bro. You cannot tell me that this shit wasn't fire, bro.
じゃあ防い袖の白子だ私は肉体バカなことが
Here it is
血液は凍結する切り口から血は流れないマイナス273.15対0度の温度での
No, why are they skipping through it, bro? Oh my god, bro, why are you skipping through it?
4秒だマイナス109
I gotta find one, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta find one, but I just can't. I cannot find one, bro. We're too far, bro. We're too far. I gotta find one.
制御することでマイナス18マイナス18度血液は凍結するマイナス273.15度絶対0度 少し急がせてもらう。
Whatever the fuck she said.
わずかに4秒を超えてしまったか。
bro, they keep skipping too much, bro. Like you got the gist, bro. You got the gist. That shit was so fucking fire, bro.
Better of Asuna. Asuna has a pretty good case of being one of the most creepy, eerie characters in not only Bleach but anime in general, and although Rukia was smoking him in the first half of the battle, completely freezing him at one point, his final form nearly made this fight raps for Rukia as he got even more broken than he already was. His ability allowed him to install fear.
Let's keep it a buck, bro. All these Quincy niggas got fucking stupid ass abilities, bro. Like that nigga that could just imagine shit, like that was fucking goofy.
To anyone through bodily contact, but now all that's needed is a simple glance and you're just in hell. But at this point, Byakuya makes his appearance by saving Rukia here, and although I thought Byakuya should have just died back in the first invasion, this moment was really good and provided more to Rukia's development. The fight was a cool contrast between overpowering fear from Asuna and overcoming that with courage from Rukia, and from the moment she used Bankai, the entire area got shrouded in ice almost like a nuke. Easily the most stunning Bankai in the series, and despite its looks, it's probably one of the most broken ones out of the ones introduced so far. The fight was such a cool read when I first read it in the manga, but the production here makes it next level and easily one of the best Bleach episodes to come out. Asuna's voice acting, although as creepy as hell, is up there as some of the best performances in anime as a whole, no joke. The production has been really good all around, but of course the most insane fight in Bleach had to receive that grade A treatment, and finally we got the big Kenpachi fight animated. And Pachi has always been him. His first real interaction with our main cast was him putting the fear of death into Ichigo's soul, and he even carries around wild stuff like his eye patch which nerfs him so he can better enjoy a fight against someone. From jump, he's always been the smoke demon of Bleach, and his entire character arc with Unohana last season where he got the title of Kenpachi made him a fully realized version of himself that can consciously exert his true power. A power that can only really be showcased against someone as broken as it gets. And that's where Granny came through, who probably has the most busted ability we've seen in Bleach up till now. The power of imagination that, as you've seen from the episode, allowed him to create life, doubles of himself that can use their own abilities, and pretty much immortality if used in the correct way. But absolutely nothing was able to get the better of Kenpachi. He was putting the pressure on Granny all throughout the fight, and at some points disrupted his abilities to the point where he almost died multiple times from simple moves Kenpachi was dishing out. He even at one point tried to force Kenpachi into outer space to kill him.
This scene was so fire, how he broke out of this shit
from the inside, but that flopped as well. Each and every move was coming up short from Granny because Kenpachi was just on a different tier of strength at that point, and this was made super clear with that casual meteor feat Kenpachi managed to pull off. Meteor scenes in anime are always cold. We've seen it in One Piece and multiple times in Naruto with Sasuke and Zoro breaking it into pieces, but Kenpachi might have took the cake with this one. We got the classic panic from everyone in the Serete, and even some of the stronger Quincy's was somewhat worried. But of course, you got this demon right here who finds this to be exciting, and he just flings up in the air and destroys it with his new Shikai, Nozarashi. This was the best Sakuga we've seen so far in this core.
His Shikai, bro. He's really him.
Meteor slashing aside, that switch to black and white with Kenpachi turning into a child again was so tough. Granny had such a cool and interesting ability, so it was sad to see him go out in literally one episode, but the fight was amazing for sure. This was the result of the new and improved refined Kenpachi, and it's crazy to think that this strength is only his Shikai. If you're wondering if Kenpachi will go crazy again and have a fight like this later in the arc, rest assured, Kubo got something cooking with him soon, and if the anime adds some original content in there, my manga fans out there are going to be eating as well. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say on this course so far. Bleach is consistently getting better as more of Thousand Year Blood War unveils, and the finale to this core is probably where Studio Pierrot is going to put their all into. Can't wait to see my boy Ichigo back into the story within the next couple episodes most likely, and some of the next fights in this arc are going to be insanity, so look out for that. It was fun talking about Bleach again, and let me know if you want to see more content on this and any other anime you've got in mind. Thank you for watching, leave a like,
I don't know, like, no nigga who has not caught up to Thousand Year Blood War clicked and watched through that video. Like, like they just got spoiled crazy. But if you did, you clicked on this video and watched through it too. You just gotta start, bro. You just gotta start, bro. Bleach is really like that, bro. Even part one, bro. Even part one is like that.